Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. There are two types of minds. One mind is absorbing mind, and other mind is argumentative mind. See? Argumentative mind. One day one lady came after my satsang, and as if she wanted to hold my collar and challenge me. That is the reason I don't have collar to my shirt. Therefore I don't have a white collar job, no collar job. So she was so frustrated and angry. You all the time keep telling, be happy, be happy, be happy. Get married and show, be happy. See? How can I be happy? That was the question. I said, okay, first cool, and we'll think about it. Every problem is born out of incomplete thinking, wrong thinking. Correct your thinking. Problems are not required to be solved, they get dissolved. You can solve a problem if it is there. If there is no problem, how can you solve it? See? So what is the problem? The problem was, how can I be happy? So I said, look here. Should somebody jump into the water without knowing how to swim? No. Very good. But without jumping into the water, can you learn swimming? No. Then what is to be done? Write a thesis on swimming and get a PhD. And suffer throughout life. See, there was one gentleman, I met him somewhere, and he introduced himself. Swamiji, I am Dr. So and so, and I have done my PhD in psychology, and my thesis was on sleep. I said, to sleep you require a PhD. Even a buffalo can sleep. You don't require a PhD to sleep. No, I have done PhD on sleep. I said, very good. So you must be expert in sleeping. Gudakesha. You know, one of the name of Arjun in Bhagavad Gita is Gudakesha. Gudakesha means Gudakayaha Ishaha Gudakeshaha. The one who is a master of sleep is Gudakesha. So today onwards, we will call you as Mr. Gudakesh. Master of sleep is what? Sleeping any time, even in satsang. That is not the master of sleep. Able to get out of the sleep whenever needed, without an alarm. See, all those people who wake up because of the alarm, they are dumb. Why you require alarm? Don't you have that confidence? See, one plastic piece tells you get up, and we get up. Even the same phone, that phone tells, take medicine. Okay? Are we robot or what? We are living being. So, I said, so very nice. Now what can I do for you? I asked him. He says, Swamiji, I got a small little problem. And the problem is, I don't get sleep. Doctorate in sleep, and the problem is not getting sleep. Exactly the same way. I cannot swim, so I should not jump into the water. And unless I jump into the water, I cannot swim. So what is to be done? There is only one way. Be happy by being happy. That's it. I was telling you probably yesterday or somewhere I told. I was in, every year I go to that Ananda Mahima ashram in Gujarat, Bhimpura, near Chanod. So after we sit for taking food in a big pangat kind of thing, all people sit, and a person concerned, he will be chanting the Jaykara. Jaykara means what? First of all, he will say, Shri Shri Anandamayi Mata ki Jai, Anandeshwar Mahadeva ki Jai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 10 of them. And ultimately he will say, now repeat what I say. You have to simply say, बहुत अच्छा है. Understood? Yes. Then he will say, आज का भोजन. Everybody says, बहुत अच्छा है. अब खाओ चुप. Exactly the same way. Begin your day with this positive mode. Today is the best day of my life. See, friends. Only one thing, one day, only today you be happy. That's it. Tomorrow you be miserable. But today be happy. It is this how we can start our day. But our condition is what? When we are out of the sleep, there is never a problem. Nobody suffers from this problem that I cannot get out of the sleep. That is not the problem. Problem is getting out of the bed. Upanishadic mantra is Uttishtata Jagrata. First of all, get out of the bed and then become awake. Because getting out of the sleep is never a problem. The problem comes when we have a very big lag time between getting out of the sleep and out of the bed. Now, during that period, what exactly happens? Think. In English, there is a term. They call it as wool gathering. We keep on, all unwanted thinking goes on and on and on. And our condition is like what? Like those useless iPhones. So many apps are simultaneously running. GPS is running. And without even using it for 1 minute, the whole battery is exhausted. And when you want to use the battery, then there is no power in that. Exactly the same way. Whole night our mind is charged by connecting to the divine. In deep sleep, we merge with the absolute reality. And therefore, we get charged, fully charged. And after we are out of the sleep, that connection is disconnected. But thereafter, so many apps are running for no reason. And that is called a wool gathering. And we gather so much of wool that we can have a carpet factory. See? And therefore, when we are no more able to sleep because of the nature's grace. So we sleep on the back like a dosha on the tawa. Then it starts paining. Then we come to the left side. Tawa, this dosha is filled. Then that side it starts burning. Then the other way around. See? And ultimately, then we come on our stomach. Then there is a pressure. And because of the pressure, there is a nature's call. Therefore, it is called as we get up naturally. And such a person who comes out of the sleep in such a disgusting way, what can he live for? Friends, 3 things are essential in life to be happy. 1, passion. 2, dispassion. 3, compassion. 3. We have to live in the outer world passionately. See? then the life is full of charm, charged. Otherwise, suppose I get up early in the morning, what I am going to do? So why waste time? Go to sleep. Friends, we have nothing to look forward to in our life. We are living only because of our inability to die. Is it necessary that we should be alive? And yet we drag through the life. There is nothing to look forward in life. See the kids, how they jump out of their sleep because they have something to do. See, my friends, therefore, never retire in life. All these retired people, they are a big problem for the whole society. Not to the society outside, but inside their house also. Those families where the gents do not go for work, 24 or they are at home, you ask those ammas, they say, pata nahi kya prarabdha hai mera. 24/7, all the time. We get up in the morning, Bahu, what is there for eating? Eat my head. Nothing else. See, I tell you, many social issues can be sorted out if these old, retired, unemployed people, they engage themselves for some social service. Not a organized social service. Never get into organized social service. Organized social service is called as NGO, non-godly organizations. Their first project is to collect funds. And after funds are collected, then get vehicles for them. Then get the quarters made for them. And for those for whom the money is collected, they never get even 1% of what is collected. So don't get into organize anything. Organize your life. See, this is important. You don't have to do something very big. I'll tell you one example. There is one Amma in Mumbai. I know her for last 30, 35, 40 years. When her children are very small, the children are also become parents. So, a very rare kind of person. Her husband has been working in the Reserve Bank of India. And they had 2 children, one daughter, one son. The son was wrongly diagnosed during the childhood and some wrong medicines were given. So all kinds of abnormalities happened in him. So he is a dependent challenged child. So she took care of the husband and the child throughout life, sincerely. When the husband retired from the bank office, then she told, look here, I have taken care of you and your son throughout my life without any complaints. Now, please allow me to live my life. And husband also equally genius. He said, agreed. So he takes care of the house, everything. Now what this Amma is doing? She had a dream in her life that I can serve somebody. And she is very good in tailoring and all that. So she went to a nearby village near Bombay, adopted 20 girls and started teaching them how to cut the cloth and how to stitch and everything. And for that, she arranged from her own resources 1 or 2 sewing machines and cloth and all that. And on a very small scale, she started that. Slowly, slowly, it became a huge one. See? And then all those girls from that village, they became expert in that. Then she didn't stop there. She will go to the big companies in Bombay and get the orders for the uniforms of the workers. Get the cloth, give to those girls, get it stitched, deliver, and every pie that is earned is distributed among the girls. And she has no time. She leaves in the morning 7 o'clock by public bus, no car. Public bus, train. And evening she comes at home 7:30. Now I want to sleep. And she sleeps like a wooden log. So last so many years she is not coming for my talks. One day she said, Swamiji, I am so sorry I can't come. I said, Mama, you don't need. Who should go to satsang? Those who are a problem for themselves and to the society. This is the truth. And why she is able to do this? She is passionately involved in that. The success in the material world requires the stamina of passion. Otherwise, ab ji ke kya karenge? When such people are singing ji ke kya karenge, others are waiting. Marta bhi nahi. तो ना जीने की तमन्ना है ना मरने का इरादा है. What is this? Live every moment passionately. See, this you can learn also from the white people here. They are passionately involved in maintaining their health. It doesn't matter day or night, evening or raining, nothing. They will keep on running to reach nowhere. But they are running. And you see our Indians, Madhya Pradesh has come out. And they are specialists in physical education. Lazy. Unless you have passion, you will not conquer laziness in your life. See, there are three enemies of human beings. Alasya, Nidra and Pramad. Alasya is laziness. See, there is a sutra in Vyakaran, Sanskrit grammar. Ralayoho abhedaha. This means ra and la, they are optionally used. So, a rasa. That means no interest in anything. Name is Rasik Bhai. But no ras in anything. See? Similarly, when you don't have interest in anything, you end up in alasa. So this laziness can be conquered by the strength of passion. Find out anything in your life. One more example I'll tell you. This happened in Pune. Somebody's house had to go for lunch, and he had gone ahead, and one gentleman came. He said, Swamiji, you have to go to his house. He has given me this job. I should drive you to his house. I said, okay. I sat with him. For the first time, I never knew who is he. I said, tell me something about you. He said, Swamiji, so his name was Agrawal. I didn't remember. I am Agrawal, and this is what. I said, what is your hobby? What is your passion? He said, cleanliness is my passion. I said, what do you do? He said, I got a factory. What? Those boards out of which the cartons are made, corrugated boards, that factory. I said, don't phone. We straight away go to your factory. We went to his factory. And he said he has passion for cleanliness. So I just wanted to see what exactly he means. So when we reached there, we entered. Nobody knew that we are coming. The gate was opened. We went inside and I saw his whole factory. A factory where paper is the main stuff. Not even a small piece of paper anywhere. Spick and span. All the workers, clean and neat. See. Then I said, hey, how do you maintain this? Even people's homes are not like this. How do you maintain this? So he said, Swamiji, we have got a rule. There are many places where dustbins are kept, and it is not the criteria who should lift it. Anybody, including me, if I see something there, I should put immediately there. That is the rule. Common. It's not a sweeper's job, it's everybody's job. I said, hey, you are great. Then we are going to his house. Then that area was free from plastics, plastic bags and all that. So immediately you can find out. In India, you see, anywhere you go, you get lot of plastic things hanging here and there. I said, hey, how come this is? He told another story. He said, I never liked this thing. Then what can I do? So to my capacity, I engaged one boy in my factory on the muster roll, and his job was this: collect all the plastic bags and dump them in the municipal dump station. And he did it for a week or two. The whole thing became clean. Then the people who were going for a morning walk, they asked him, hey, are you a municipal worker? He said, no, मैं बाबूजी का लड़का हूँ. Which बाबूजी? Then all those people approached him. Slowly, slowly, that moment has taken up. See, this is born out of passion. Don't tell your children, what you should become, doctor or a patient. No. Okay? You give them some vision. What you want to do for the society. That is the vision. With that vision, you become a doctor, you become an engineer, you become a businessman, you become a donut wala, or you become a nut wala. Doesn't matter. There has to be some vision in life. Without the vision in life, there cannot be any mission in life. See, higher the vision, lower things drop automatically. See? These are very simple things, friends. This I learned. Yesterday I told you, process of learning should never stop. I went to one school in very remote areas of Arunachal Pradesh. I was there for 1 week with those children. Children were in the age group of 9 to 12. All tribal children, very sweet, cute one. And when I was leaving that school, all of them gathered and all that and talking. I said, hey, I have to go now. So they say, Swamiji, we want to give you something. I said, give. No, not like that. I said, then like what? You close your eyes, spread your palm. I did. Then somebody kept one paper on my paper. Now you can see, I don't know who kept it. And it was a bookmark. In that remote area, what can you get? A bookmark. On bookmark, there was a message for me. All great achievements are possible through great sacrifices. If you are ready to learn, even God cannot stop you growing spiritually. If you refuse to learn, even God cannot help you grow spiritually. See? So with this message in me, in Ahmedabad, Maninagar, those who are Ahmedabadi, they know there is a Maninagar place. There is one Ramakrishna Mission ashram. There they invite me for a lecture sometime. So after my talk was over, there was one young boy, must be in his 20s, with a helmet in his hand like a baby. He was climbing the stage, a huge crowd in open ground. I said, hey, let me get down. And then he said, Swamiji, I got a question. I said, keep with you, I don't need, I got sufficient. He said, no, what is wrong if I run after girls? That was the question. I had nothing wrong. This is the age you should run after girls. Do you want a company? I am free. He never expected that a Babaji will talk like this. He said, no, you don't understand. I said, yes, I don't understand because this is not your problem. Then what is my problem? How do you know? I said, your problem is when you want to study, Your mind doesn't cooperate and it runs here and there. That is your problem. Dumbo, you don't know what is your problem. See? And then I told him, this principle of life, higher the goal in life, lower things automatically drop. Now those girls, their goal in life is, although they are born as human beings, they want to walk like a cat on the ramp. Those who go for modeling, although born as human being, but it's called as a catwalk, is it not? And how a cat walks, one foot is kept in front of her head like this. Next time you watch. Now, if you want to walk on that ramp, you have to have a figure. 36, 24, 36. Our figure is 64, 64, 64. Like a drum. We will be only rolled. We will not be allowed to walk. Now, when they have got that goal in their life, how much strict they are about their diet. Even one sip of coke they will not take if it is more than the calories they can take in. So the rule is, any great achievement is possible provided we are able to sacrifice small little things in life. Our spirituality is, Sethji is sitting comfortably, huge structure, round in all corners. See? And his Sethani is standing there like another Himalaya, studded with all the gold and jewelry and everything. And there are two useless kids in their lap. One's finger is in the nose, other's finger is in the ear. And then he is counting the 2000 rupees notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And that time if Bhagwan comes, we will say, hang around, let me finish this. This is what is our spirituality. Our spirituality is a 5-star spirituality. See, friends, live in the luxury, live in affluence, but don't be a slave to anything. Then only great things are possible in life. See, you have heard so many times, so many things. See, hey, keep it down. Don't take picture. No, forget about it. Forget about it.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Yeah, no, don't give phone to her. Take it back. This kind of mind, do you think they can understand anything? See? Because there is no inspiration. We are living through perspiration. Passion is born when you are living an inspired life. Inspiration comes from within. If we don't have inspiration, never mind. Get motivated by an inspired person. And we can get motivated by an inspired person if we are committed and totally surrendered. This is where he was saying in the Vajanam Guru. That is the meaning of Guru. Guru is, we must be committed and fully involved passionately for anything that you have chosen in life. That we are not doing for earning bread and butter. See, my friends, I tell you, I am very much fond of classical music. Surprise? Aurangzeb telling, I am fond of classical music. So, I went from here, USA, to London to Mumbai. Long flight, you know all. Totally tired and exhausted. When I reached there, my friend told me, Swamiji, I know you are fond of classical. and Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, his private meeting is there in somebody's house. So I got a pass for you. I am also coming. But if you are tired coming after such a long journey, never mind. They said, no, I am ready. Be attentive. Wherever you are passionately involved, you are never tired. See? Tiredness is we are living mechanically to earn bread. Friends, in addition to what we are living our day-to-day life, discover some hobby in your life. Some hobby. And work on that hobby. One more example. This is in where Jaipur, Rajasthan. There is one couple, very old. He must be about 80 and she must be about 75. Children are exported. They are not there. Only two of them staying in India. Now, that Amma, every year when I go there, one lunch is always with her. And she has on her terrace made a huge bonsai garden. And she's so much involved in that. She learned that bonsai culture when she was 65. She studied. She went to agriculture college, asked the professor. She learned everything. Then she started doing in her house. And a huge thing. Every year, 2-3 places, she conducts a big exhibition and tells the children, everybody, and inspires them. And she's so much involved in that, like, you people talk about your grandchildren. Like that, she talks about those trees. She knows the name of everyone. See? She is living fully. Otherwise, in the old age, what, Swamiji, my daughter-in-law doesn't listen to me. Okay, make me a daughter-in-law. I will listen to you. Complain, complain, complain. Find out something to live for. That is passion. When you thus live passionately in life, you will see what a joy it is. Then we are not free, occupied 24/7. Like, once I was coming from Australia, in Bombay I was hardly for 24 hours, even less than that. Next flight came to London. So my friend who came to pick me up, he said, Swamiji, I feel so pity on you. You have no ashram, you have no disciple, you have no projects, you don't collect money. Why you are running? I said, okay, now I stop. Today onwards, I'll stay in your house, okay? No, I don't mean that. See, you have prayers for earth. Samudravasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnu Patni Namastubhyam Padat Parsham Kshamsame. You have prayer for the earth. We have prayer for the waters. Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalesmin Sallidhim Kuru. Then we have prayer for the fire. Agni ne Supataraye Asman Vinani Vidwan. We have prayer for the air, Hanumanji, Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja. What is the prayer for the space? There is no prayer for the space. Do you know why? It is freely always available. Ghar ki murgi, dal barabar. That which is always available, we take it for granted in life. See, friends, the day you become aware of space, you have taken a very big, long leap into the infinite. Be attentive. Start working on this line of contemplation. What it is like being space. What is space? Space supports everything. doesn't get influenced by anything. So let us be space-like. See? Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Bhagavan says, Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayantyaapaha, na shosheti marutaha, achedyoyam drayoyam, akledyo ashosya evacha. The space is supporting all the four elements, but none of them can destroy the space. Is it not our experience? See? Become more and more subjective, then after living passionately in this world, ye will discover dispassion. See, spiritual life is not for those who are dropouts in life. Be a real Indian. Who is real Indian? We take the sugarcane piece, chew it, suck everything, and then that thing, throw it on the floor. Exactly the same way. Enough of this world, enough. Withdraw. And the withdrawal happens naturally. But if the withdrawal is out of dispassion and wisdom, it is a healthy condition of the mind. But if the withdrawal is out of depression, it is unhealthy condition of the mind. Both of them look alike. The dispassionate man lives 24/7, 100%. A depressed man dies 24/7, 100%. He doesn't live, he is dying only. See, thus when you keep yourself occupied with these kinds of contemplative things, what it is like being space. Once we recognize this, that space supports everything, get disturbed by nothing. Now start working on yourself. Don't give lecture to others as I give. Then start working on yourself. Now, is it not our experience? Eyes support all colors and forms. They are not influenced by any color, any form. It is natural to us. We don't have to do anything. This process of learning should never be arrested. Once I was in Hawaii Islands with my friend, and we went to some Chinese restaurant for food. So he was sorting out vegetarian food, and there was a huge aquarium in the center, and many things were. So I took my camera and I was taking some pictures, some videos. So my friend came and he said, Swamiji, what are you seeing? I said, imagine what I am seeing. Is it fish? I said, no. Maybe there was a snake in the snake? I said, no. Then maybe there are decorations, he said, some flowers and all. I said, no. Maybe the huge size of that aquarium? I said, no. Tell some more. I don't know. This is all I can think. I said, come on, don't get frustrated. I am seeing the water. See, we miss. We are all many only on account of the space in between, is it not? If there is no space in between us, can we call as separate from each other? But we miss the space. See? Then I told him, I said, okay, now I am seeing water. Now what I am seeing in the water? Tell, Swamiji, I don't know, you are very peculiar. I said, I am not peculiar, it's a simple thing. When you add few more fish in the water, is it a burden for the water? When you take out some fish from the waters, is it a loss to the water? Is it not our experience? When there is a waking and the dream, is it a gain to us? When there is a deep sleep and samadhi, is it a loss to us? Do we gain anything? See, while coming here or somewhere, my flight was diverted via Las Vegas. So, when I was in Las Vegas, did I gain money? No. When I left that, did I lose anything? No. See, loss and gain have no value. See, net result is our mind remains at peace. See, and this can happen only through wisdom. It's not difficult. You don't have to do anything, my friends. It is your nature. To be happy is our nature. Bliss is our nature. Blisters we have gathered. See, and for that we have to only lead our life with this. Passionately live in this world, but maintain dispassion. Meaning what? Do good to everybody, but don't carry the burden of goodness on your head. Be a typical Punjabi. With the Punjabi, among Punjabi there is a saying, Neki kar kuए में डाल. That means do well or do good and forget about it. But in our Delhi, one auto rickshaw fellow has written a wisdom behind it. India is full of wisdom. Auto rickshaw, bus, trucks, everywhere, something or the other is written. Behind one auto rickshaw, it was written, Neki kar jute kha. First line, Neki kar jute kha. Second line, maine khaye tu bhi kha. See, friends, do good and forget. But we keep on calculating. Right from childhood, I have taken care of you. Now मैंने पेट में पाला इसी दिन के लिए. अरे पीठ में पालती. Remember this basic principle. Who needs whom? Whether the children need the parent or the parents need the children. When you don't have children, you run from pillar to post. So the parents, your need is the children. Children don't need you. See, friends, but then we start becoming arrogant. Itna kya kiya? Those children who don't have parents, they don't grow or what? After 30 years, hey, how come you are small? No parents. See? And that is the reason we are miserable in life. See? Up to the age of 4, 5, 6, love them, cuddle them, hug them, do everything. So a bond is established. From 7 to 13, discipline them. And from 13 to 19, inspire them. And after 19, be friendly with them. It's a very simple way of living happily. But, when every birth takes place, there are 3 births. In one birth, there are 3 births. One, the child is born. Second, the mother is born. Third, the father is born. Out of these 3, the child grows. Mother never grows. See? In Bangalore, in one house, I went, and there was one old lady. So first of all, I went to her, did namaskar. I said, Mama, how are you? Swamiji, what? How are you? Please tell my children they don't listen to me. That lady was 98, not out. Old lady. And she said, is it she don't listen? Call them one by one, I'll scold them. So the first child was called. Raju, idhar aaya. Raju came. Retired brigadier. Now tell me, that old mother, she also has a complaint now that my children don't listen to me. When are you going to grow? See, don't hang around them till it becomes bitterness. keep the distance and remain close rather than remaining close and keeping a distance. Very simple way of living happily. Don't clap, don't clap. Do it yourself. See, friends, it is not mushaira. Mukarrar, mukarrar. See, friends, when in this manner you start living passionately, dynamically, cheerful, creative, then dispassionate. At the same time, have the courage to walk away before somebody has to tell you, please go away. In one place, they asked me question, Swamiji, you go to so many places, people love you so much, they receive with such a great love. What is the secret? I said, secret is before I come, they know my departure. Before I come, Amita is very happy. When I come, she is more happy. First day gone, she becomes more happy. Second day gone, she becomes more happy. And when I go, So it is the joy of departure, not the joy of arrival. See, friends. But we keep on hanging on to the world. Have the wisdom to know when to withdraw. One more example I'll tell you. Like you have seen, I don't drag you beyond my time. One of my very good friends is a very well-read Mahatma, thousands and millions of his followers. He's a very good friend of mine. He's a great devotee. Only Bhajan Kirtan is his main theme. And he tells the stories of the Mahatmas, devotees and all that. One day he was telling, in Rishikesh, he said, I started my satsang at about 9 o'clock in the morning and it continued up to evening 7 o'clock. So I kept quiet. He said, how come you stop so quickly? 1 hour means 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes like that. I said, I am very clear. More than what I know, I must have the wisdom what I should tell them and what they can digest. You may know so many things, but is the receiver available? The human mind cannot focus longer than 1 hour. If you stretch it, maybe 1 hour, 10, 15 minutes. Beyond that, the mind will start running here and there. So you may go on talking, but is it being received? That wisdom we must have. In the same manner, we go to every place. They receive us with such a great love and affection. At the same time, we must know how much to stretch them. That wisdom to involve yourself and to withdraw from involvement is freedom. And this can happen only by dispassion. So passionately get involved in the world, dynamically, cheerfully, happily. Dispassion, without anybody telling us to withdraw, we must have the wisdom and ability to withdraw. See, this balance of involvement and withdrawal is the foundation of life. In the 4th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna talks about the greatness of knowledge. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. To know the truth, go to the teacher and serve him and ask him and they will explain you the truth. So the knowledge was glorified. And then it was said, Shraddhavan labate jnanam tatparaha sayyatendriyaha. The one who is thus following this path of knowledge with great devotion and faith into the words of the scriptures and the teacher, they attained emancipation. After this knowledge theme was built, then when it came to Arjun, Bhagavan Sri Krishna said, therefore Arjun, you should practice the yoga that I had told you. Do your duty. It is something like this. We go to buy a cigarette and we read on that cigarette smoking is injurious to health. Therefore, give me one more packet. Exactly the same way. Bhagwan has glorified knowledge. And when it came to implement, Arjun was told, do your karma. So he got confused. And he says, Bhagwan, sometime you are telling, glorifying the knowledge. But when it comes to me, you are asking me to withdraw. Why are you confusing me? I am sufficiently confused. On the basis of this, being Krishna's devotee, I follow this principle in life. Either convince or confuse. Convince is like a curative medicine. Confusion is like a preventive medicine. When you are confused, you start thinking. And then you get the solution for that. So, Bhagwan Sri Krishna tells him, look here Arjun, life is a perfect balance between both. See, sannyasa karma yogascha nishreyasa karo ubhau. Nishreyasa for our ultimate good. Both karma sannyas, withdrawal from the world, and getting involved in the world, both are essential in life. What is essential much more is a perfect balance between the two. Get involved fully. At the same time, reserve the freedom to withdraw fully. See, my friends, this is what is called as God realization according to Bhagavad Gita. God realization is not that you are sitting there good for nothing. Bhagavan Krishna comes and tells there, Bhagat, what do you want? Get me a cup of tea. Useless. That is not the way. See, God realization is not happening outside. God realization is God expresses through you. See? And with what freedom? How much time, efforts it takes. When I open my eyes to see the things, how much time it takes. When I close my eyes to drop the things, how much time it takes. Is it painful when I close my eyes and the colors and form disappear? No. That effortless freedom is our essential nature. See, therefore, living happily in this world doesn't mean all the time withdrawn. What happened? No, जब से realize हो गया ऐसे ही होता है. Realization is not being dumb. Realization in one place, I will not tell you the name of the place. When I went there, after my talk was over, one serious person got up and he said, Swamiji, I have got some objection. I said, keep with you. No, you are cutting jokes on ladies. Without a mother, are you born? I said, I don't know whether I am born or not. I have no experience of birth. Then I asked him, do you have the experience of birth? Somebody tells us, she is your mother. We accept. Go within. Do we have the experience of birth? Nobody has. See? Andhashraddha, blind faith. Therefore, friends, life is not being serious. One lady wrote me an email. Swamiji, you always make fun of the ladies and women and wives and like that. So I wrote her back. I said, I extend profuse apologies for all the women in the three worlds. On my behalf, kindly communicate to all the ladies in the world. I extend apologies. Then I told, if you are not able to understand the moral of the story, it was my mistake that I spoke to you. Do you know what is the moral of the story? There are certain things which are told indirectly. One example. This story comes in Mahabharata. That there was one Savitri and Satyavan. You all know the story, Savitri Satyavan. Savitri was a great pativrata, devoted to the husband. This is the story of Dwapar Yug, don't worry. So, she was so devoted to her husband that one day her husband died, maybe because of that, who knows. So he died. And he wanted freedom, so he died. Then she went after the Lord Death and started fighting with the Lord Death. Now you can imagine when a Amma starts fighting with anybody, he is definitely defeated. Yamaraj was defeated. Yamaraj said, Amma, I accept my defeat. Take your husband back. He gave her husband back. And she came with. Now, moral of the story. If the wife is dedicated to the husband, she can even conquer death. But if you ask a nasty person like me, you can be saved from the death. But you cannot be saved from the wife. Story is the same. What is the moral that you have learned? In the same manner, when we are talking deep contemplative subjects and all the time you remain extremely serious, you will get mad. See, every dose has to be given little bit. If one whole bottle of tonic, if you had to take in a month's time, every day a teaspoonful, oh, in 1 month I'll be all right. Why waste time? Come on, drink the whole bottle in 1 hour. In the same manner, lightness in life is possible, and that is the secret of wisdom. Wisdom expresses as wit and humor. The whole Bhagavad Gita, if you study again properly, there are 108 jokes in Bhagavad Gita. 108 jokes? Where are they? Study. See? And when you will study Bhagavad Gita, then you will come to know you are the first joke. Gatasu na gatasuscha nanu shochanti panditaha. Wise people are not miserable because somebody dies and somebody doesn't die. Otherwise, people are miserable for both. When somebody dies, they are miserable. When somebody doesn't die, ये मरता भी नहीं. अरे वहाँ भी दुखी. See, friends, life is not a serious affair. Lead life cheerfully, happily. So, function passionately, have dispassion, and have compassion. Come is less. It's a Hindi word. Compassion. Don't become too much involved with anything or anybody in life. According to Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, what is God realization? The last topic. God realization is very simple. Only two things. Jitatmanaha prashantasya paramatma samahitaha शीतोष्ण सुख दुखेषु तथा मानापमानयोः. Paramatma samahitaha means he has attained oneness, merger in the God, in the divine. Who is he? Two conditions. Number one, the world comes to us only in the form of two things. One is the joy or sorrows, gain or loss, friends or enemies. The world is made up of these complementary opposites. Where there is health, there has to be a disease. Where there is birth, there has to be a death. Where there is a friend, there has to be the enemy. Where there is wise, there has to be otherwise. This is how the world is. Now, if we imagine there should be only wise people in the world, you are imagining wrong. It's your fault. Then what is to be done? Shita Ushna Sukha Dukkhechu Jitatmanaha. Maintain your equanimity when the world comes to you in the form of complementary opposites. थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियाँ, ये जीवन है. गाँव मत शुरू हो गए. See, friends, it is so simple. But our problem is that only. There should be only happiness in life. I tell you, even if you are a Bengali and you keep on eating Rasgulla continuously, you will get disgusted. You want in between chutney, masala, something like that. See, those people who do not have problems in their life, they are most unfortunate. See, I'll tell you how it is important. Now, both of them are no more. A very nice couple in Pune. I used to stay with them many years before. I was very young that time. So, that Amma was a mobile exhibition of all the diseases. Any disease you say, she has that. So, she had her purse full of medicines. Anywhere she will go and sit down very comfortably, open her bag and take out all the medicine, and she knew what is to take when and all that. And her husband was very healthy, no problem of any kind. So she was always ridiculed by him. My wife doesn't take food, she survives only on the medicines. And she was always cheerful and happy, no complaint, no nothing, living very nicely. As the age passed, one day she died. And from that day onward, this healthy, ridiculing person got the shock of his life. And he started saying this. As usual, morning she gave me a cup of tea. She took her cup of tea and went to her room. She kept the cup of tea on her table and lied down, and she never woke up. Again, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. As usual, she gave me a cup of tea. Then she took her cup of tea to her room. She kept it on the table, lied down. She never got up. Again, she gave me a cup of tea. He repeated this for 8 years. He had 3 daughters. Sometimes this daughter, sometimes that daughter. And he became so blank. See, the reason is he has never experienced ill health or any miseries in his life. Those who have not gone through the unhealthy times in their life, if their temperature goes up by 0.0001 degree Fahrenheit, it must come on the Facebook. See, because they have no tolerance. Little bit happens here and there, they are completely upset. Therefore, every difficulty in our life is preparing ourselves for something higher in life. See, friends, get the message of the divine. I'll tell one small story before I conclude. There was a hilly area and many boulders were there, huge rocks. If you have gone to Hyderabad area, Hyderabad, Bangalore, that side you come across the huge boulders on the mountains. So, one sculptor came, he was searching for some boulders and he selected one boulder. And he had a complete plan in his mind and started chisel hammer treatment to that huge boulder. Every day he will come and start hitting and removing the parts, and the rock started crying. See, all other boulders are so lucky, nobody comes and hits them. I am the only unlucky. Every day crying. Again, next day that was, today also he has come. Slowly, slowly, all the unwanted chips were removed. A beautiful, divine all this idol vigraha of the Krishna was brought out, and then it was taken in a procession, installed in a temple. Millions come and salute and offer respects to him. That time, that stone Krishna says, "Where I am, and where are other stones still lying there?" Friends, the beauty doesn't come out by a stroke of a brush, but by the chisel and hammer. Therefore, every difficulty in our life, we are being prepared for something higher. Like you mothers, not here, I'm telling Indian condition. The child is playing in the dirt and all that, and the mother wants him to take bath. He doesn't listen. Then finally, the mother becomes a Mahakali, pulls him physically, brings that home, puts water and soap, and if there is too much of kachra or some kind of thing, she takes a not a tissue paper, a sandpaper and ragado. And that time the child thinks, if there is some devil, is my mother. But that time, then everything is done, nicely dried, powdered. That time the child even doesn't say thank you. He goes to sleep. But during that period of treatment, the child was thinking, she is the worst kind of person in the world. Friends, whenever we are going through difficulty, understand we are in the lap of our Krishna. He needs us to clean so that he can reuse us. We put the clothes in the washing machine not to torture them. Hot water, strong detergent, high speed. Suffer kar, suffer kar. No. So they can be reused. Therefore, take every difficulty as the blessing of the divine. And when you take it as a blessing, you can never be miserable in life. This is the only way you can be happy. By being happy, there is no way out. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.